Okay, please allow me to introduce you to my colleague, Marisa Marini, who is going to facilitate this meeting together with Clara Presta, who is speaking from ZINNAE. Marisa, the floor is yours, please.
Thank you. Can you all hear me? Good morning. This is Marisa Marini. You will see the name of Carmen Di Santo on the slides. We are from Lombardy Energy Cleantech Cluster. Unfortunately, Carmen could not be there today, but we are here to, as Clara said, to host. We are hosting this webinar. This is webinar number 6 from the VIDA project, and we are today's topic is sustainable farming, waste management, and energy efficiency. Let me show you the agenda of today's seminar. Okay, and welcome also of course, from our side. Briefly, we will go through the VIDA goals and scope, and what funding are available through VIDA and who can be the beneficiary of the funding. Then Clara Presa from ZINNAE, she will have a focus on the demonstration voucher, which are the most, let's say, perhaps the highest point of our voucher scheme. Then we'll give the floor to today, as we're saying, the focus is on sustainable farming, waste management, and energy efficiency, and we will have the presentation of KAPA Engineering, an Italian company that will introduce to agro waste to energy, which is a project and technology they are developing. And then we'll have 2 pitch-style presentations from 2 other companies, Copernico, also an Italian company, startup, and Kizar from Spain. We will present them right away. Both companies will focus on sustainable farming and how, in a different way, how they will, Copernico on the remediation of contaminating water, and Kizar on the technology in monitoring the manure management. Question and answers, as Clara said, we will be happy to welcome your question and to answer them to you. You can use the chat or raise your hand. You can use the chat on the right-hand side so everybody can see the question, and we will try to answer at our best. Finally, before we will say goodbye to you, we will present you an event that we will host in Milano in September, and we'll go into details. Of course, this webinar, as Clara said, is being recorded, and it will be available also on the VIDA website later on. Okay, let's have a brief presentation of what VIDA project is. VIDA stands for Value Added Innovation in Food Chain, and the aim of this project is to accelerate the implementation of innovative technologies in the food sector. We want to improve the usage of water and energy, and to reduce losses and consumption of water and energy. This is a project that's been co-financed financed by the Horizon 2020 program from the European Union, and it's called InnoSUP. And the project started last year in April 2018, and it will go on until March 2021. Very interesting project, not only for the type of for the focus we will go in what we call the VIDA nexus, but also on the fact that the European Commission, the European Union, calls this kind of funding a cascade funding, because this is funding it's been facilitated. We as cluster that were promoting the project, mostly we are 10 partners from 7 countries in the EU. We are managing some funding that are devoted to support the innovation and small and medium-sized enterprises across Europe. And this is why it's called cascade funding. And this is through open calls, of course. It's not that you're just handing out money for free, but we have an open calls. And the total budget for the project is about 5 million euros. You can see the right figure there, the precise figure, and about 3 million and 3,075,000 are for direct support of SMEs through the open calls and funding. 10 partners, as we said, we are mostly clusters, but not only, from 7 EU countries. The VIDA scope. Yes, I was mentioning the VIDA nexus. We think that by combining, if our scope is to improve the usage of water and energy in the agri-food sector, we think that by combining food, energy, water, and key enabling technologies like biotechnologies, new materials and stuff, we can find a new mix that can bring innovation in the field of agri-food, of course, and also innovation in other companies. But it's like having a recipe that's with different ingredients. We want to combine it at the best in order to have to achieve achieve a better usage of water and energy efficiency and the usage. So we identify some challenges. These are some of them. Today, as we say, we are in this seminar, we are focusing on sustainable farming and mostly on manure management and waste management. But we have other, and we had already webinar on different topics like fish farming, the contamination of waters, and on brewery and wineries. That's a large size of the market that uses waters and energy. Then we have the greenhouses, meat processing. Also, we had a nice webinar on this. There are many challenges that are behind the meat processing, of course, and the sugar processing industry. These are some of the most of the challenges that we have identified, but But we are working on having perhaps new challenges, and that means new and innovation and new technology coming up from these sectors. Yeah, so we have a budget that through open calls can be handed out to SMEs to improve their technologies. And who can apply to the VIDA voucher scheme? First of all, as we're saying, you have to be an SME, a small or medium-sized enterprise, in accordance with the definition of the European Union. There is a check that you can have, but basically you have to have at least, less than 250 employees, and then an annual turnover of less than 50 million or an annual balance sheet of less than 43 million. SMEs applicants need to be active in one of the VIDA, what we call the VIDA sectors, as we said. So this is food, water, energy, or key enabling technologies. You have to be active in one of these sectors. Also, one other requirement is that applicants must be a member of the one of the VIDA clusters, or be headquartered in a VIDA region. Where the VIDA partners have their headquarters. And finally, applicants must declare their financial stability, of course, at one point. Yes, this is to show you here. You can see from the map, but you can see it in the terms and conditions. Of course, being an open call, we have terms and conditions and all the application forms and everything that are available on our website. But to give you an idea, we are talking today from Milano, Lombardy Energy Cleantech cluster, and in our case, SMEs from Italy need to be headquartered in the Lombardy region because we are a regional cluster. The same from the clusters in Aragon, ZINNAE and Nova Aliment. Then we have a partner from Portugal, then two from Germany, we have two from the Netherlands, we have one from the Denmark, and last but not least from the Czech Republic, the Nano Progress. So, but you can see this on our website and on the terms and conditions. So let's go to the voucher schemes. Let me give you a presentation of what we mean. We said we are managing cascade funding through open calls, and we identify 3 voucher schemes devoted to SMEs. Perhaps what we call the basic one is the Innovation and Support Voucher. Innovation Support Voucher, this is a grant that goes from 1,000 to 5,000 euro maximum. You can present, it's an open call all the way through the until January of next year, 2020. You have to use the voucher in a 6-month period, and you have to apply as an individual SME. Then we have I will be going into details in the next slide. The validation voucher, it's called VV. We have you can apply from 10,000 to 25,000, also open call but with cutoff dates. And you have to use it in a 6-month period, and one individual SME can apply for it, and I'll explain later more about it. And today, what we call the most, perhaps a little bit more, not complicated, but the demonstration voucher has a different scope. It goes from 20,000 to 250,000. We have 2 calls. One has closed already, and you have maximum of 12 months period to apply for it. But more than one SME has to it's like a partnership of more than one SME that have to apply for it. Mostly important, we are looking for projects that has a technology readiness level, TRL levels, over 6, from 6 to and over. So meaning that we don't want prototype, we want to from demonstrating in real environment to test and demonstration that goes to complete the system of your technology. Yeah, a little bit more into details of what innovation support voucher it is. First of all, I said it's just one SME can apply for it. This is an open call. It's open. You can turn in your application today, tomorrow, but today it's not, until January 3rd, 2020. This is the maximum budget. You can apply for it. And what do we aim for it? You have, this is a budget, this is a voucher that's supposed to support the innovation, help the SME to get access to external knowledge and expertise when we want to have to improve our when we want to improve, for example, intellectual property support, when we want to have support on innovation management, advanced manufacturing. Here you can see some examples listed, but are not only those. Market and regulatory studies, feasibility. So if you need consultancy or training and or participating, which we encourage to VIDA event to get to know other potential partners, then you're welcome to apply to this budget, to this voucher. So today is the budget that is in my mind. It's perhaps this is an easy application, but it can be very helpful if you want to start or to get support, as I said, consultancy, training, and participation. So this budget will be given to a knowledge provider, as we call it, or to get expertise, or to fund a part of your travel to attend one of the VIDA events. Validation voucher, this is the second scheme, also very interesting. This you can apply, you can have a minimum of 10,000 euros to a maximum of 25,000. There are cutoff dates here. We do have some 2 cutoff dates that have been closed already, and so you have to focus on the next 2 cutoff dates. It means you have to apply before the 30th of September, and then another chance you have to apply anytime before January 3rd. In 6 months period, you can, once individual SME with, let's remember, technology readiness level from at minimum 5 to 8, if you have to prove or validate a technology in a testing facility, and you need, of course, the help of experienced and recognized service provider. It can be university, can be a research center, it can be any other facility or center that are recognized, they can give you a certification, then you can apply to this voucher for the testing cost and other assets that are necessary to help you carry out your validation process. So this you can apply provided that you have a technology center that helps you validating your technology. Still, if you have to be, it can be a technology that it's one of the VIDA Nexus topics. So either water, energy, key enabling technologies, and water, energy, key enabling technologies, and food, of course. Okay, then we're now about to present you the demonstration voucher. Some key facts, and this I said before, it's perhaps a bit more complicated because it's not just an individual application form. It has to be a partnership. And let me give you the floor to Clara Presa from ZINNAE, who will introduce to you the demonstration voucher scheme. If you have any question on what I just presented you, please, as I said, feel free to raise your question and write your question in the chat on the right-hand side. So I'll give the floor to Clara. Thank you.
Morning again. Thank you, Marisa, for your clear presentation. Now it's my turn. I'm going to present you, as Marisa just said, some key facts about the demonstration voucher, which is the third scheme and the one that needs to be presented by a partnership. So the demonstration voucher are meant to address, again, one of the VIDA challenges, which are basically all challenges related to resource efficiency within the food value chain, from food production to food processing. A demonstration voucher must propose a joint proposal that includes at least 2 SMEs, and being one of them or not a prospective user, because it means to be a demonstration activity. So the technology readiness level, the technology must be a tier L6 and must involve a demonstration of this technology with the participation of a prospective user. The eligible budget for these projects must be from 20,000 to 250,000 per proposal, and each individual SME participating in the demonstration voucher needs to have a minimum budget of 10,000 euros. We have had our first call in 2019. which was open in February and until the 13th of April. And it's already closed and recently has been awarded, has been solved. I will speak a little bit later on about that. And our second call, which is what brings us all here, is the second call that will start in August the 1st until October the 31st, 2019. That means that you have 1 month to get ready for the preparation of the project, and that the call is going to last the whole summer, and even we are going to have an additional month during autumn. This needs some work, so that's why we thought it might be interesting to have one additional webinar before the summer break. The project proposal must be done during no longer than a year, 12 months, between 6 months and 12 months. And I would like to do a little bit of a summary. Well, let me go ahead. Oh, okay, here. A summary of all the voucher results up to date. So I collected also the information from the 2 schemes that Marisa explained. So the Innovation Support Voucher, we received 21 projects received. 7 has been awarded and 9 are under review. In case of the validation voucher, we have received 15 project proposals, 4 have been funded, and 7 are under review yet. So both of them are an open call. We have the commitment with the Innovation Support Voucher to answer in the period of 8 weeks, and for the validation voucher, we have an open call in that with a specific cutoff dates. And the evaluation results are provided in the period of 8 weeks from the cutoff dates. So the next cutoff date that you should be ready for is September 30th. And finally, the results of the demonstration voucher. This is very fresh news because it's very recent, only for last week, on Friday last week, were communicated to the winning proposals. So we have quite a lot of success in the first call. We received 45 project proposals, in which 8 have been funded. The numbers might be low, but you need to realize that for this first call we have this 1.5 million euros that have been spent with these 8 funded proposals. Within these 8 teams are 34 SMEs involved and granted. Some characteristics of the projects. Many of them are cross-regional projects, so this is not a compulsory condition for the project. However, it seems like because of the different activities that we have been organizing in the VIDA project, many cross-regional teams were created and presented a proposal, which is an additional interesting issue. And more even taking into consideration that this is not a criteria for evaluation. So this hasn't been taken into consideration. It's not in the evaluation criteria, but cross-regional consortia were created, emerged out of the collaboration of the clusters, the SMEs within the clusters of the VIDA consortia. The type of projects, this is a very, very broad summary. So we have projects involving greenhouses, breweries, farming, irrigation, wineries, and aquaculture in different stages of the processes in these subsectors of the food sector. And the solutions proposed: water and nutrients recovery, water reuse, the use of IT tools for data acquisition and management, some certain key enabling technologies for the agri-food processes, and of course greening the agriculture approach. So this is again a quite broad summary. We will prepare accordingly a press release when the award ceremony takes place next week. but this is some extra information for all the participants in this webinar. So again, very quickly, how to apply for the demonstration vouchers. So the call, we recommend you to review the VIDA terms and conditions and the guide for applicants. In case you want to apply to the demonstration vouchers, only to the demonstration vouchers, you will need to send an email to our colleague from BalticNet, another VIDA cluster. When you are already signed in our platform for submitting the documents in Clue5, you will be able to download the application form. And when you are in the Clue5 logged and you have your application form completed, you will be able to submit it. When the call period is closed, the demonstration voucher is evaluated by 3 independent evaluators outside of VIDA consortium. First, of course, there will be an eligibility check for that you fulfill all the criteria included in the terms and conditions. And after 8 weeks, we will get the results of the evaluators and the list of funded proposals. To those SMEs that have presented a project in the first call and in the second call, they will receive a rejection letter with as much explanations as possible about the evaluation results. And this is it from my side. Okay, you will find here all the contact details from all the clusters involved in this project. So do not hesitate to contact your local, your closest cluster. We must play the role of sponsors, and we support you in solving your doubts if you want to participate in this scheme or in the others. Now is the time to give the floor, as Marisa said, if you have some questions about what I just said, we will leave this for the end of the presentations. Now I'm going to give the floor to the SMEs, because this is what VIDA is about. First of all, we, as Marisa said, we focus the webinars in different subtopics of the food sector. So in this one, we wanted to present some of the challenges towards sustainable farming, precisely money management and energy efficiency. That's why we have asked our colleagues from KAPA Engineering, Costantino Papadakis, to present us a little bit more about the challenges and potential solutions for this specific topic. So allow me to upload his presentation. So Costantino, please switch on your microphone and the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Excuse me for my poor English. I will try to do my best. Today we will present to you our project for VIDA project, European project. So our project is about the disposal and exploitation of poultry manure. That is a very important issue for poultry farmers who have to store it and then transport it to the waste to energy plants. The disposal of manure, of this manure, cost to European states over 2 billion euros for transport, and the disposal cycle releases 25 million tons of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. So obviously this creates health issues in the farms and pollution, of course. The agricultural sector is one of various contributors to the worldwide greenhouse emissions. The management of poultry manure is responsible for water and air pollution. Our project proposes an incinerator that will enable the valorization of the manure and the reduction of energy dependency by agricultural SME in a highly efficient and environmentally friendly way, while the excess of thermal energy could be exploited by an innovative dryer for the byproducts, agricultural byproducts, thus contributing to the Paris Agreement of European Union targets for reducing carbon emissions. Our company aims to improve the performance of an innovative incinerator with compact electric energy production system integrated, protecting the environment against pollution with special filtering devices, and reduce energy requirements by means of a novel process for incineration of the agro-waste. Agro-waste to energy would be a project that aims to valorize the waste for electric energy production directly by the device, by the incinerator, thus reducing further the net energy consumption of the incinerator and consequently reducing the emission of greenhouse gases. The main innovation is to pair an electricity production system, very compact, directly by the thermal energy of an incinerator system, which today represents in any case a problem. So the engineering and projecting of an incinerator that generates electricity by transforming the heat of the system very compact, solves the problem of thermal excess, recovering energy for its use but also to exploit. The last Stirling technology that will be incorporated to maximize the thermal energy, and the project provides for the use of various steps for energy recovery with a series of generators installed in sequence. So we will have energy recovery by a Stirling motor system, and then the excess of the thermal energy could be exploited for the treatment of byproducts for example, feeds or other agricultural byproducts for commercialization. This project aims to manufacture a pilot demonstrator of innovative design of incinerator that can be deployed in agro SMEs. The main innovation is represented by the use of the Stirling technology for the conversion of thermal energy into electricity. It is expected that several engines will be used in the electricity conversion step. The proposed design will produce not only electricity but also hot water, both of which can be used on site by the agro SMEs and the final user, the end user. This is an example and a scheme of our project for hot water thermal energy recovering Okay, as you can see, we have the waste and the residues that could be exploited, the dryer, and then the byproducts that has used the excess of thermal energy by the incinerator. In the same time, the incinerator produces electricity that could be used by the farmer. At Waste to Energy, our project will deliver the complete project of an innovative incinerator, as I said, that will be the main exploitable result of the project. At the end of the project, the incinerator will be fully ready for demonstration at any European location and agro-waste application. We are seeking for partners like the end user, an agro SMS, an agro-cultural enterprise such a poultry farm, and a partner that could contribute to our project with the management of the electricity production. So the ideal partner should have knowledge of the management and deposition of the electricity product so as to be able to research and apply the best solution for managing and storage of the energy product by the system. Here it is a presentation of the benefits of the project. So regarding the market in Europe, in the short term, about 10 or 12% of the European Eastern market for primary investment can be penetrated by the new process. In the medium term, the process targets to achieve from 3 to 5% in other European markets for updated capacity and existing installations. And at the end, it is a total of 3,000 agro-business in Europe that is target. An easy to access market as only a very limited number of incinerators are currently running. Other benefit of our project is to create new jobs in Europe. It is estimated that 8 jobs can be created and involve industries, and indirectly more than 1,000 in Europe. So for more, please do not hesitate to contact us, and we will be happy to answer to your questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Costantino. Now we are going to move directly to the pitch session. You know that in the VIDA webinars we allow, as KAPA just did, a general presentation of a challenge and potential solution, and some other presentations that are more or less related to the topic, to the VIDA challenge. Now I'm going to give the floor to Chiara Perry from Copernico. Chiara, the floor is yours. haven't switched on your microphone yet.
Okay. Is it on? Okay. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. You can hear your child.
So I'm going to present you our project on the development of innovative approaches for selective recognition of contaminants in water. Recently, a class of emerging pollutants, floral kill substances, raised many concerns about human health because of their progressive accumulation into the environment. They are spread all over the world because they are used in many industrial applications, even in food packaging, for example. As some can know, in Venezuela there is a very emergency situation because of contamination from these pollutants. In the red area there is the maximum exposure, and many contaminated aquifers used to supply water to many fields and farms, so putting this area at risk and human health as well. People living near around have high concentration of these pollutants in blood. So there is a strong need to have a quickly tool to determine these pollutants in the environment, in water or other matrices, and the possibility to remove them. So an innovative approach is the use of molecularly imprinted polymers that are molecular recognition materials with a good chemical stability. The technique that synthesizes these materials is a copolymerization process between functional monomers and a cross-linking reagent in the presence of a template, the target analyte. At the end of this process, the template is removed, leaving the molecular recognition site free. So as you can see in this picture, if you have a matrix with different substances, including your target analyte, interacting with a molecularly imprinted polymer specific for the target, only your target will be absorbed onto these materials. So the possible application of these materials of meat can be several in different fields. For example, they can be used to remove the separate specific analytes or a group from water or other real complex matrices like food, beverage, potential decontamination of sludge, or they can be used for the preparation of cartridges for pre-concentration applications. Maybe also application in catalysis processes. Another interesting application of these meats are their use as synthetic receptors in sensors. So meats can be used as the recognition system of a sensor. This recognition system is specific for a target analyte, and when your target interacts with the recognition system, so with your polymer, you will have a signal in response that is proportional to the concentration of the target. In particular, we developed a plasmonic sensor selected for perfluoral Q substances. The sensor is based on a plastic optical fiber, exploiting the surface plasma resonance as method of detection. The polymer, the molecular recognition element, is the molecularly imprinted polymer that is object with its application of a patent of the company. The experimental setup you need is very simple and compact. You need just a light source, a spectrophotometer, and a laptop with a software for data processing. And these are the experimental results. As you can see, you have the spectra obtained a different concentration of the template of the target. We use perfluorooctanoic acid. As you can see, at higher concentration of the target, the analyte, there is a shift of the resonance wavelength. As a control, if you use a polymer not imprinted, so synthesized in absence of the target analyte, a higher concentration of the analyte, you won't see the shift of the resonance wavelength. In our test, here is the yield fitting of the experimental values. We reach a limit of detection of 0.13 parts per billion, but this limit can be lowered by some optimization of the sensor. We had also collaboration with Water Service in Milan. More than 70 real samples of raw drinking water were analyzed in parallel, both with conventional techniques, so liquid chromatography and mass spectrometry at laboratory, and with our sensor. So at the end, we had a good correlation of the results obtained with the two different analytical methods. We are currently developing also prototypes based on Arduino and Raspberry platform with the aim of integrating an IoT system for real-time on-site and online detection, so monitoring. In the end, the environmental and industrial applications are several, so our main goal is the development of different molecularly imprinted polymers for different analytes specific for other pollutants like hydrocarbons or pesticides, but even hormones, toxins, metabolites that can be of great interest in the agri-food chain. And these polymers can be both used as water or other matrix treatment for, as I said before, decontamination, pre-concentration applications, but even to develop specific sensors for real-time monitoring. So we work on drinking water, but the application could be even in industrial or agricultural wastewater or in the agri-food chain supply. So this is our project. Thank you for your attention.
Chiara,
Yeah?
thank you for your interesting presentation. Now we are moving directly to the last speaker, Ángel Martínez from GESAR. Ángel, please, the floor is yours.
Hi, Clara. Well, first of all, I would like to thank the VIDA project and you as a representative of our cluster for letting us present this today. First of all, I would like to introduce not myself, I'm Ángel Martínez from GESAR, but I'm here representing a group of 4 innovative companies. In fact, the group is bigger, but as far as demonstration voucher proposal we are preparing, we are 4. One is in charge of developing innovative wind turbines, which are not the big size injecting power to our electrical system, and they are not the small ones for isolated houses. They are middle-sized turbines, and they have nearly zero maintenance, so they are quite interesting for total cost of ownership. We also count on pollutant removal experts and, let's say, the technological pillars for Internet of Things, monitoring, control, and data analysis. And this group is now focused on pork manure. I think that we all know the problem it represents in Europe. There are many countries with the same amount of pigs as people. So my country is one of them, and it's growing and growing, and farmers need to get rid of manure, however. So what we are intending is to get a solution which will go to the market. I mean, the objective here is counting on partners for our permanent working group going to the market. It's not about getting the money in the voucher, although we intend to. The project is quite similar to this scheme. We are producing free, clean energy, not only with these technologies drawn here, but we also have geothermal applications and other members in the group. And we intend to purify the manure. So the final goal is using the manure for something. I mean, for fertigation, human consumption, or whatever. And at this moment, we had a partner which was in charge for this purification, but he is not going to enter this proposal. So that is what we are looking for. We search for partners in terms of taking the manure and make the required processes to purify it. So the goals of the project are testing our clean energy sources for manure treatment. We have the demonstration sites. Test the partners' treatment technologies. We would like it to be including TETs, but we are not close to that. And probably the main goal in this partner search is to introduce new partners to this permanent work group, to go to the future, to the market, to go to other public calls, and probably to test our partnership in a demonstration voucher in October. So, as I said, we have the demonstration site, which will take place here in next year. We can test more than one technology, but as far as voucher is concerned, we cannot go to more than one demonstration site, unfortunately. All our technologies are fully tested, they work, but we want to assess their performance. And right now we have this partner search for manure treatment. We can accept, or we will be glad to accept full cycle treatment, or just stages like I will go to almost clean water just to remove this element or whatever. We can talk about it. We are open to that. But probably the best fit is a partner which provides purification systems which have not reached the market due to high energy consumption, because sometimes that is a great barrier. So we intend to overpass that barrier with our clean energy production. Generating this energy and provide that system with its consumption will be the best fit for the partner. So we are looking for this technology and hoping that partners will be integrated in our partnership, which will be permanent. I mean, we are talking about a couple of 3 years collaboration until the market, so we are not looking for someone who comes to the voucher and gets the money from VIDA and then leaves us alone. So please do not hesitate to contact us. We have experience in other European funding programs, and we can find investors in case they are needed. But anyway, what we are looking for, I must insist, is a purification technology for manure, which will be integrated in a existing permanent work group. And I think that we are a nice group to work with. So please don't hesitate to contact. Maybe it's been too quick. I used to speak too quick sometimes. But please contact us. We have a lot of more info. I did not check the option to publish this presentation because I thought that we would play some pictures which are internal from the project. But since I did not, I will publish this. So I will let Clara to publish this presentation. So please ask us for any information you want about group operation, about what we already have, what we are exactly looking for. We are very glad to talk to any company. We are used to collaborate to European companies, so please don't hesitate to contact us. And well, that's all. Thank you very much, and I hope we will meet soon.
Thank you very much, Angel. I think it was pretty clear your potential opportunities, the potential opportunities to collaborate with your partnership. Now I'm going to give the floor to the rest of the participants. Unfortunately, you won't be able to talk, but you can publish your questions in the chat. that, and I will read them out loud and address it to the proper speaker. So this is your opportunity to raise questions to any of the speakers, either Marisa Marini, that presented briefly VIDA and the two first funding schemes, the Innovation Support Voucher and the Validation Voucher, which I strongly recommend you to double check because they are very interesting, and depending on your interest might suit to your interests. Then myself, that I explained briefly the demonstration voucher and the results of the first call. And our main speakers, who have been Costantino Papadakis from KAPA, who presented us the poultry manure management challenge and the potential use for energy production. Chiara Perry from Copernico, a company that has developed a sensor device based on molecular and printing processes, or GISA, that have created a partnership that integrates monitoring technologies and energy production technologies around farming sector and are looking for manure purification. Okay, Matthias from Water Alliance. I would be very interested to know the volume of the manure and any minerals you're looking at specifically and to extract from the manure. Thank you for your answer. So volume, the size of the farms, Angel, could you please answer?
Can you hear me? Okay. At this moment, we are not close to a specific amount of volume of or flow of manure. I think that we can fit to the partner we are searching for. In that sense, I mean, we have a couple of demonstration sites where we can work with, and we will fit the project to the capacity of the future partner, to the purification capacity. About minerals, sometimes we restrict to potassium and phosphor. So, sorry, I'm not sure how it's said in English, the chemical element. But I can put you in contact to a chemical expert because I'm not. So just write to me and we will provide you with all the answers.
Just yeah, Matthias, I think potassium. Okay, Angel is answering indirectly in the chat. Just for you to know that Angel mentioned a couple of demonstration sites because now Aragon region is one of the pig production hubs in Europe. So many different size of pig farms. Any other question?
If I can step in, Clara. Well, I've seen there has been an exchange between Costantino from KAPA and Matthias, which is good, and with other questions. And let me remind all the SMEs that each SME can apply for a maximum of 60,000 euro voucher. It can be a mixed voucher, like for example, one SME can apply for an innovation support voucher and then take part to a parallel to a demonstration voucher, for example, but the maximum amount for each SME is 60,000 contribution voucher they can have. And also, while somebody perhaps typing some information asked, Clara was mentioning before that some demonstration voucher came out from a cross-regional joint project from different cross-regional partners. Well, some of them just met through a webinar just like the one we are holding today. So you're welcome to contact your closest cluster or to contact directly the company that you have met or have known, get to know through the webinar.
Marisa, for your inputs. I think I mentioned only the minimum amount that you can apply for, but I didn't mention the maximum. So you have the demonstration vouchers. Each of the partners needs to apply for a minimum of 12,000 to a maximum of 60,000. Sorry about that. Well, I see no more questions. I will ask all the speakers to allow me to publish their presentation in the VIDA website. We have published all the presentation of all speakers in the past webinars, and I think this is a very also an additional opportunity for the people that have made the effort to prepare a presentation for you. If there are no more answers, I'm going to close the meeting now. Thank you very much for your time. And maybe Marisa, if you want to say also a couple of words to say goodbye, we will close with you.
Clara, thank you. Can you please show the slides of the brokerage event that we are holding in Milano, so I can invite all invite people to come in. Thank you. So, yes, I would like to thank everyone for attending this webinar. And we are, as we said, webinars, and you can apply for within your voucher. You can use some of money to attend the VIDA event. One of this is coming up in September. So this is going to be on the 12th of September in Milano. LE2C will be, the cluster LE2C will be hosting it. And we call it brokerage event because it's a place where you can meet other SMEs. And of course the focus will be on innovation trends in the agri-food sector. Will be the VIDA Nexus. We will have a VIDA presentation. We will be focusing also on how IoT can give further support to innovation in the agri-food sector and the VIDA Nexus. And also we'll have some success stories from the awarded projects, the demonstration voucher that Clara was mentioning, that will be awarded officially next week in Copenhagen. And yeah, and then we will have challenges and opportunities for the European food value chains. We'll also have room for pitches from companies there, from innovative companies. So you're welcome to attend the event, whether you're from the Lombardy or from other countries, and you can register to it by going on the vidaproject.eu. That's our main website. Okay. Yeah, and the registration will be, it's not online yet, so don't rush today, but it will become soon available. Of course, if you want to know more, you can contact any of the clusters that are part of the VIDA project, and here you have the contact names and the two main websites that you can access to it and the platform. So from my side, thank you very much, and from LE2C, thank you very much for attending, to all the companies and the participants. Thank you very much, and good luck with your for a successful application. Bye.